For Georgia Now News, I'm Jenna Eason. A Georgia manufacturer is at the center of the fight to end starvation due to an emergency food it produces from locally sourced peanuts. Manna Nutrition in Fitzgerald, Georgia, is one of two manufacturers of ready-to-use therapeutic food, or RUTF, which is a plant-based nutritional aid. GPB News reports that the State Department announced in July a commitment of $100 million spread over 2 years. That is about a third of federal spending on the product in 2025. A new public-private partnership called Operation End Starvation has been created to bridge the gap. The private sector will deal with logistics of aid, while the State Department will match every dollar raised with $3 from taxpayers. Manna Nutrition CEO Mark Moore told GPB News that the new funding and partnerships will help some of the challenges the company has faced since cuts to USAID.
It doesn't solve them, but it's very good news in that it gives us a couple of years of certainty, which is way more than we had.
The group has raised about $33 million and plans to place its first RUTF orders by October. WABE reports that the now defunct Department of Government Efficiency made sweeping cuts to the U.S. Department of Justice that resulted in rural Georgia communities losing funding for programs to reduce criminal activity. The Rural Communities Diploma Program, run by the Dr. Anise Maubrey Foundation, will hold its last graduation this year after losing federal funding. A partnership between the foundation and the Burke County Sheriff's Office initiated the program with $1.3 million in federal funding. Anise Maubrey says one of the last graduates of the program joined when he was 11 years old. At the time, he was being bullied and fighting at school, all because he couldn't read. Now he's graduating from high school.
Could you imagine if this program hadn't been there for him, he would have fallen through the cracks. He is now graduating on August the 15th with his high school diploma, and he's going to do dual enrollment.
More than 400 kids have graduated from the program, and through other private grant funders, their parents who didn't have a high school diploma were able to receive theirs as well. Julian Dunn is with the national nonprofit Local Initiative Support Corporation, which helped fund the program in Burke County. She says keeping people in rural areas is already tough enough without having high rates of crime.
But it often comes back to how safe people feel. And it doesn't even take that much crime to make people feel unsafe.
Dunn says rural communities are home to 20% of the population in the U.S., but they receive as low as 6% of federal and private funding. With the additional cuts from the federal government, Dunn says many rural communities do not have anywhere else to go to fund these programs. The Georgia Recorder reports that some Georgia farmers still haven't received compensation for damages from Hurricane Helene after nearly 2 years. An official with the Georgia Cotton Commission told the Georgia Recorder that the total unpaid amount could be as high as $10 million. U.S. Senator John Ossoff's office estimates up to 85 farmers missed out on compensation that they were eligible for. He asked the Department of Agriculture to re-examine the eligibility of farmers in 11 counties. While these issues get resolved, farmers are left in limbo. A Georgia teacher is using music, movement, and gardening to help her students engage in STEM classes. Alicia Gant is Clayton County's Teacher of the Year and has taught at Oliver Elementary School for 12 years.
I love to watch students learn and grow, especially through play. Generally, when they are here in class, they are always touching, thinking, collaborating with one another. So the impact that I want them to have is a strong foundation of STEM and be able to use that to solve everyday problems and then grow up to solve real world problems in collaborations with individuals in STEM.
Gant uses hands-on experience in the school garden and creative songs to help her students remember STEM concepts. The Georgia Recorder reports that after lawmakers eased access to medical cannabis in the state, the program experienced an unprecedented surge in new registered patients. The patient registry grew from 36,595 patients in late June to 44,854 on Monday. That is an increase by more than 8,200 people, or 22%, in just over a month. That's what's happening in Georgia now. For news anytime, check out our website at heregeorgianow.com. You can also download our app from the App Store or the Google Play Store. And to stay up to date on our content across all our platforms, follow us on Instagram at heregeorgianow and Facebook at Georgia Now. I'm Jenna Eason.